How long does sex really last? Not what you've seen online, not what your friends brag about, not what your mind keeps comparing yourself to, the truth. Because most men are walking around with a completely distorted idea, and it's quietly destroying their confidence. You've probably heard numbers thrown around, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, even an hour. And somewhere deep down, you start thinking, am I falling short? Here's the reality. The average time for sex, real, measured, scientific, is about 5 to 7 minutes. That's it. Not 30, not an hour. 5 to 7 minutes from penetration to ejaculation. Let that sink in. Because right now, there are men stressing, overthinking, feeling like they're not enough, when in reality, they are completely normal. But no one talks about this openly. Instead, you get fed fantasy. You get fed performance. You get fed edited, exaggerated, unrealistic scenes that make you believe that lasting forever is the standard. It's not. And the damage this creates? It's real. Because once a man believes he's not lasting long enough, everything changes. He starts overthinking. He loses control. He becomes tense, anxious, disconnected, and ironically, that pressure makes him last even less. It's a cycle, a silent one. Now here's where it gets even more interesting. Studies don't just stop at average. They actually break down what people feel about duration. Around 1 to 2 minutes, most people say that feels too short. 3 to 7 minutes, that's considered acceptable. 7 to 13 minutes, that's often described as ideal. And anything beyond that, surprisingly, it's not always better. Too long can lead to discomfort, fatigue, even frustration. So the idea that longer is always better, that's another myth. Because great sex isn't measured by a stopwatch. It's not about dragging the moment endlessly. It's about timing, rhythm, connection, intensity. A man who understands this moves differently. He's not chasing time. He's controlling the experience. And that's a completely different game. Think about it. If you walk into the situation with one goal, I need to last longer, you've already lost control. Because now your focus is split. You're not present, you're not feeling, you're performing in your own head. But when you understand what's actually normal, when you realize that 5 to 7 minutes is average, something shifts. The pressure drops, the mind calms, and suddenly you have space to improve naturally. Because here's the truth no one tells you. Lasting longer doesn't start in your body. It starts in your mind. The moment you stop chasing unrealistic standards, you gain control. And control is what actually extends your performance. Not force, not tension, not panic, control. And here's another layer most men ignore completely. Sex doesn't start at penetration. That's just one part of it. Everything before that, the buildup, the anticipation, the connection, that's where most of the experience actually lives. So when someone says sex lasted 5 minutes, that doesn't mean the entire encounter was 5 minutes. It means one phase of it was. But if you ignore everything else and judge yourself only on that number, you're measuring the wrong thing. And that's why so many men feel like they're failing, even when they're not, because they're using the wrong metric. Now let's get real for a second. If you're consistently finishing in under a minute and it feels out of your control, that could be something to work on. But even then, panic isn't the solution. Awareness is. Understanding your body, your patterns, your triggers. Because once you become aware, you can start to change it. But if you're in that 3 to 7 minute range, you're already within normal. Completely. And from there, it's not about fixing something broken. It's about refining control, slowing down, adjusting rhythm, being intentional. That's where real improvement happens. Not in chasing unrealistic numbers, not in comparing yourself to fiction, but in mastering what you already have. Because confidence doesn't come from lasting forever. It comes from knowing you're in control, no matter how long it lasts. And that energy, that presence, that calm, grounded confidence, that's what actually changes the experience. So stop measuring yourself against illusions. Stop letting fake standards define your reality. Understand the truth. 5 to 7 minutes is average. 3 to 13 minutes covers most of the real world range. And anything beyond that, it's not automatically better. It's just longer. And once you truly understand that, you stop chasing time and you start owning the moment.